Alright folks, get ready for another episode of How Do You Hot Rod featuring the Mishifters Car Club in Spokane, Washington. I get to hang out with them, check out their rides, find out how they hot rod, and have a few laughs. So here we go, another episode of How Do You Hot Rod. This episode of How Do You Hot Rod is brought to you by V8 Auto Sales in Spokane, Washington. All right, Angie, thank you for coming out today. I've seen you race in this car before, but tell me a little bit about it.
Her name's the Bronze Star, and she's a 2015 Z06. We've had her since new.
Yeah?
Ordered it and waited like 7 months to get it.
Wow.
Raced it from the first month. The first month we had it, we were both out on the road course in it.
How well does it do in the quarter mile?
Not as well as we want. We've been trying for 9, but it's done 10-12 at 144.
Yeah. Now, if I remember right, you seem to keep breaking, was it transmissions?
Yeah, the 6th one.
Oh, man. All right. Now, since you race, I'm sure you have a few sponsors.
Yep. Thunderbolt, Pure Power, Ethanol. It's a bioethanol.
Okay.
And Sisters Fruit Company, Liscos Racing. Those are our primary ones.
Okay. What all have you had done to it?
We've done it, pretty much. We have pulleys, and the supercharger's been ported by Joker's Performance, and it's got a 200 shot of nitrous on it.
Wow.
And the nitrous is in spray bars inside of the blower.
Okay.
So, but I think to get a 9, we're going to have to put it on a button. We had it on a controller. Last time it was on a dyno, it was 878 to the wheels.
Wow.
And 833 foot-pounds of torque. But I'm pretty sure the last tune of the last run was a lot higher horsepower. I think probably over 900.
All right. So, back to the Mishifters. How long have you been with them?
4 years.
4 years?
I've actually been a supporter longer than that, but with my racing and stuff, and early on you had to have an old car that was running. I also have a 51 Chevy business coupe, but
okay.
I didn't really have the time to dedicate to it. Like, you gotta come to all the meetings, or so many of the meetings, and
yes,
you have to be active, and I was busy racing and stuff, so
it was hard to get to some of them.
I loved all the girls already as sisters and friends, so it's like when they opened it up to even modern cars could go to the shows and stuff, I was like, okay.
Nice.
But I've been racing it a bunch already all over. I'm in 4th in points at Renegade in Yakima, and I raced for points in Portland on 2 Wednesdays this last couple weeks, and I raced for points at Woodburn last weekend, Sunday. So I figured if I was taking it down there, I might as well get some use out of it.
There you go. All right.
And anyhow, so yeah, I got that, and I just want to get better at bracket racing, and then we're talking about taking this to another half-mile event, because it'll be a lot easier on the transmission, and
yeah,
we're enjoying driving it around, like cruises and stuff. So.
Now, it is docile enough to do drive on the street every day.
Oh yeah, and 200. It was 687 horsepower without the nitrous. So really, and if you're not into boost, because it comes in pretty late. I mean, it's early on this, but it's like you have to really be at RPM to get the power. So as long as you easy on the throttle, it's good.
So she's a good Bronze Star, well behaved.
Yep.
All right, when she's not breaking transmissions.
Yeah, I was just saying, transmissions wise, we love her or we hate her.
Yeah.
Like eventually we want to do a 1 mile thing, and I just want to go 200, and he wants to find out how fast it'll go.
That'd be interesting. How fast have you had it so far?
I've had it like 160.
160?
He's had it over 180. It did 162 in the half mile.
Yeah?
Before, but we watched the PDR after, and it was shifting to 6th real early.
Huh.
So if he would have held it in 5th, it probably would have got a few more miles an hour.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll go to 200. I mean, it would have gone over 200 stock, so I think it'll go.
Just need a little more room.
Yeah.
All right, Angie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Heather, right?
Yes.
All right, thanks for coming out today. What do we have here?
We have a 2017 Chevy Camaro SS. She's named Sharona.
Okay.
Just because she's cherry red and I got her during the Corona shutdown. So
okay.
it's my Rona car.
Gotcha.
my little midlife crisis.
Now, is it still pretty much stock, or have you done anything to
We
it?
haven't done anything to it besides a straight pipe. We have an axle back exhaust. Other than that, it's stock. We dip the rims, but other than that, it's completely stock.
All right. And future plans?
We plan to do maybe a cam, maybe an air intake, some small things. It
Okay.
already goes pretty fast. We race it on the track.
Yeah.
12.5 was our best.
Nice.
I also have a 96 Chevy S10 that I race that's not street legal. We call her purple truck. So I normally race that and race this one when I can't race that. So.
Which engine does this one have in it?
It has a 6.2.
6.2. Yep. Okay. And was it, I didn't see, automatic, manual?
It's an automatic.
Okay.
And a convertible.
Very nice.
Of course.
Were you going to change anything with the color? Do you pretty much leave how she is?
Nope, we're going to leave it how she is. We've actually had it touched up and repainted recently. So
Okay.
we're going to keep her how she is.
All right. And how long have you been with the Mishifters?
4 years.
4 years. Okay.
Yes.
And what got you into, like, why did you want to get into the group?
I just loved everything that they did with the nonprofit, all the fundraisers that they did.
Yeah.
I race out with a lot of the girls out at Spokane County Raceway. That's
Okay.
what got me into it. But just all their camaraderie, it's a good group to be in.
Okay. All right, Joey. Thank you for coming out today with the Mishifters. Tell me a little bit about your car here.
It's a 1960 Chevy Bel Air. I actually just got it. I've had it for about 4 weeks now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So it's fresh to you.
very, very new.
All right. So what drew you to getting this?
I just saw a posting on Facebook Marketplace, but I knew that the guy that owned it prior to me rolled with the Rat Shit Crazy crew.
And has it earned a name yet?
She actually has, because she is the only thing about her that's kind of different and still rusty and everything is the body.
Yeah.
But she's all rebuilt on the underneath, and the inside is looking really good. And so she's a little bit of a Frankenstein ride.
Frankenstein?
So she's Frankie.
Frankie, okay. A little bit of a CB antenna going on here, I see.
That is because the Rat Shit guys like to roll and do their big cross-country runs and
Yep.
everything. So the CB is still in her.
Very nice.
I have nobody to talk to because the Mishifters don't roll like that.
Well, maybe it's a trend.
Well, and they have invited me to roll with them, because now they said that the Mishifters actually have a car cool enough to roll with them.
Wow, that's awesome. All right. Now, tell me a little bit about the Bel Air. What was engine-wise and everything?
She has a small block Chevy 350.
Okay.
And she's got a monster transmission. She's got manual overdrive. She sounds like a beast.
All right. Now, how long have you been with the Mishifters?
I've been with the Mishifters for 6 years.
For 6 years. Now, that's just
So-
about since the beginning, if I understand right.
It not too far from the beginning.
Yeah.
I actually met them when I was still driving my husband's 53 Henry J.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it's the yellow one with the flames.
That
over
is
there,
the
right?
yellow one with the flames.
We'll have to go see that in just a second.
Yeah, we were co-owners, he liked to call it. So when they came up and wanted to talk to me and asked me if that was my car, I said no. He said it's ours, and so that kind of initiated me into, one of those girls that does the hot rod thing.
All right. Now, what drew you into the Mishifters? What made you want to join them?
My father-in-law actually, before he passed away, owned the Henry J.
Okay.
And so as a family, him, my husband, myself, and our 2 kids, we did the car show circuit kind of thing and went to all of them. And then when he passed away, the car went to my husband, and we continued on the tradition and still took our kids, because that's what we always did with their papa. Mm-hmm. So then I kind of started liking it more and more and more, and when I had an opportunity to meet a bunch of other kind of powerful women that shared the same interests, I definitely felt a real sisterhood and wanted to be a part of everything that they had going on.
Nice. All right. So, since you just got it, do you have any future plans?
I do. I'm actually, everybody likes to ask me if I plan to paint it. I do not.
Okay.
I plan to take the teal that is in the dash and put it into the patina.
Okay.
Address a couple of the little cancer spots just to make sure they don't get worse.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to clear coat it because I really like that it's got its rust and it's got its story, and I want to keep it that way.
Very nice. She got some character.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, Joey, thank you very much. And let's go check out that yellow Henry J.
All right.
All right, Joey, this is your husband, Stormy, right?
It is.
All right. And so tell me a little more about the car here. We were talking about when we were looking at yours.
We were, this was actually my father-in-law's car.
Okay.
He and my husband built it way back when my husband was still a teenager. And this is kind of where our whole love of cars and doing car shows and getting involved in the whole car scene in Spokane actually started.
All right. So this is Henry J.
1953 Henry J.
Completely stock.
Yeah, it is.
I noticed the tires on the back are pretty wide. Fill me in. What do we got here?
Okay, so basically what it is it's subframed. Believe it or not, the front half of the chassis is a Toyota truck.
Oh my goodness.
1988 Toyota truck. Yeah, and then we did the back half. It's Ford Link suspension.
Okay. What rear end is
Ford.
that? Ford?
9-inch.
Okay.
Yep.
It's about 9 inches wide to fit between the tires. Is that right? Is that how they do that?
9-inch both ways. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
How big are those meats? I just happened to see them.
Just replaced them, believe it or not. We finally had to buy tires.
Yeah?
After 30 years.
Wow.
30 years.
Now,
And yeah, it's a process. It's about 5 hours. Got to drop the whole rear end and everything.
Oh, to get around the body.
Because we didn't think when we built the car around the wheels. Yeah.
man, that's something else. See, I like a car that's different with some personality.
Yeah.
This does have it. I see some
Sorry,
flames on the side.
Yes, those are done local by Josh McCurry.
Josh McCurdy
Okay.
Yeah.
with Create Airbrush Studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, explain one thing to me here. We said it's a Henry J, correct?
Right.
Now, I see a little deal here on the side
Corsair.
that says Corsair.
Right. So what it is, it's Henry J model Corsair.
Okay.
Yes. And it's built by Kaiser.
It was Kaiser.
Kaiser built the car. It's a Henry J, and the model type is Corsair.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay. Now, you built this with your dad, it sounded like.
Yes.
Okay.
He bought it ugly, brought it home on this little car trailer, and I was like, oh my God. And he's like, you wait and see. Took us 3 years to do it.
Yeah?
Yep.
And what engine do you have under there? You said there was a Toyota subframe, so
Right, it's a
22
Chevy.
RE or
Oh yeah, it's a Chevy 350 crate motor.
okay, a little extra dress-up stuff, maybe go fast parts.
Yeah, it does come with pretty extreme cam and all the little goodies, steel crank, aluminum heads.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
so
and
it's not just stock 350.
gotcha. Is it how it's going to be, or is there going to be some changes to it eventually?
I'll probably keep it the way it is because the sentimental value that it holds.
Yeah. Judy, thank you for coming out today with this beautiful long car. This is an Excalibur, correct?
Yes,
All right.
it's
Well-
an Excalibur Phaeton, which means that it's a convertible.
Okay. Now, how long have you had it?
I've had it for about 2.5 years. This summer will be 3. They're pretty rare.
Okay.
In fact, they're very rare.
How many of them are there?
The Excalibur company was stationed in Madison, Wisconsin, and the 2 people who started the company worked for other car companies, and they were designers and engineers, and they always wanted to make a neoclassical car with the new stuff in it.
Okay.
And so they started the Excalibur company in the 60s, and they started by making small little kit cars like the Gazelles.
Yeah.
And once they made enough money from selling a ton of these little kit cars, then they stopped production of the kit cars and they started production of an actual real car.
Okay.
Every car that was made was a custom car made for the person who ordered it, because it wasn't a mass manufactured car.
Okay.
Excalibur was up and running for 33 years, and in 33 years they made 3,440 cars.
Wow, that's not very many.
No, that's very rare. This particular car, they made 199 of them.
Wow.
And it just so happened that during that time period of their manufacturing these, full cars, all of the EPA fuel conservation stuff came into being, and the American market wanted muscle cars, so they were not interested in this.
Okay.
And so most of the cars that Excalibur made went to Canada and Europe.
Oh.
Because that's why it's so rare to find them here. I actually got this one from Quebec, and all the maintenance records are in French.
Do you know what they based the chassis or anything off of, or is it a full...
It's an Excalibur chassis.
It is an Excalibur
I go to
chassis?
shows and people constantly keep telling me, well, is it a Mustang chassis? Because they think of it as a kit car.
Right.
And I keep telling them it's not a kit car. It's actually everything on it, the chassis, all the exterior, everything is manufactured by Excalibur.
Okay.
The mechanical guts are Chevy and Corvette.
Okay. So now with the Misshifters, how long have you been with them?
I've been with the Misshifters 6 to 7 years.
Yeah?
I have another car, another classic. It's a 77 Monte Carlo. And that car is actually, that's my love. I love that car.
Yeah.
I had one back in '86, so I was 9 years old. And I loved that car. And I ended up having to sell it because things happen in your life.
Yep.
And for 23 years, I looked for another one. And I couldn't find one because they were all trashed. People didn't take care of them. And then I found out that they raced them because they were a great big huge metal hunk of machine. And they raced them and they just trashed them. So it was really hard to find one. And when I found it in Tennessee by a single owner. And so I had it transported out here, and it's absolutely in mint condition. Everything is original on it.
Wow.
And that's how I found the Misshifters. Was I was out cruising Riverside with it, and they were all in a parking lot. So I pulled in there and got to know them, and have been with them ever since. And so I show both of the cars.
Nice.
It's a toss-up as to which one I bring for. I know, what a life, right?
Yeah. Having classic cars, you have to make choices sometimes.
Yes, you do.
Especially when there's multiples.
Yes. Got to
right.
give both of the kids equal attention.
Yep. All right, Judy. Well, thank you for bringing this out today. It's a beautiful Excalibur.
Thank you, sir.
Lisa, thank you for coming out today with this very, very purple Ford.
Yes.
All right. Well, tell me about it. Does it have a name?
Koopadoop.
Koopadoop. Koopadoop. All right. Word that, obviously.
Oh, well, because it's a coupe.
It's a coupe.
Yeah.
All right.
This was my dad's first car in high school.
Really?
Yes. And he went to his 20-year reunion, and the gentleman who had it asked him if he wanted to buy it back for the same price.
Wow.
$400 later, he had his first car.
That's a heck of a story in itself.
So basically, my dad put this car together.
Okay.
He passed 5 years ago.
Oh.
So it just became my car.
Okay.
It's been family, we took it all apart and put it together when I joined the Misshifters so I could be in the Speed and Custom.
Nice.
And cleaned it all up and made it back to normal because it had sat in a garage for about 6-7 years before we got it back.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty much the way Dad built it in 1994.
Yeah? Wow. All right, so we have, it was a 30
Model A.
30 Model A coupe. We have a Chevy,
I have
what
a Chevy
size?
350.
350. And we have a high-rise intake there.
Yes.
What size carburetors? Do you know?
You know, we were just talking about that. I think they're 250cc. I could be wrong.
Okay. So dual carburetors,
They're
high
dual
rise.
carbs, yes.
All
And we just had those redone by Pat Fitzgerald. And then we got the new spark plug wires so we could have them pretty purple to match.
I see that. That looks really nice. Transmission. What do we have there? Automatic transmission?
No.
Manual?
It is not. It is an automatic.
It is automatic.
It is automatic.
Okay.
I don't really have much.
And then what about these tires on the back? These are
my
pretty
Mickey
big.
Thompsons. Oh, these are new.
Okay.
To replace the 25-year-old Mickey Thompsons that we
Wow.
had on it.
Now, how wide are those?
I think those are 22. Like
21.5. 21.5.
21 and a half.
All right.
Yes, they're 21 and a half. They are the highlight of this.
Now, tell me about the pinstriping and the name here.
That says Little Bounty Hunter. So when my dad got this car back and he put the painting together, I had a brand new baby boy named Hunter.
Yeah?
And that is his tribute to
The
him.
bounty hunter. All right. So this is going to stay in the family, I bet.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Now, as far as the Mishifters go, how long have you been in the club?
I've been in the club 4 years now.
Okay. And what drew you to that?
I took my daughter to the first Speed and Custom show, and we saw the Mishifters there, and
Yeah?
we started talking, and fell in love. So I went to the following meeting, and Rochelle, with open arms, brought me into the fold, and here I am.
They're a heck of a group, that's for sure. All right. And you drive it fairly often?
Yes, it's so much fun.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add in? Anybody that's helped out that you'd like to say thank you to?
My husband has done an amazing job keeping things together and showing me how to put things together. Like I got to replace the headlights, I replaced the taillights, I put a new steering wheel on. Little girl things, but
It's in the
I'm
family
very
car.
happy.
It's a family car. All right. Lisa, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Amanda Sue, I've known you for a few years. And how long have you been with the Mishifters, though?
This is my 4th season with the Mishifters.
And what kind of got you in with them?
Well, I really admired their sisterhood and how they just can be themselves, and now I have over 30 big sisters.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, now tell me about the Challenger.
So I got this a year and a half ago. It's a 2010. I call it Chally number 10.
Chally number 10.
Yeah, I tell my kid to go get in the Chally. People ask me why I call it number 10, and it's because when I got him, he had a big old circle on the window with a number 10. But no, I tell people it's not an 8, it's not a 9, it's a 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've only had it for how long again?
A year and a half.
Year and a half. All right. So what all have you done to Chally number 10?
So nothing yet, but I do have a brand new pair of Nitto tires that are going on next week. When I got it, it came with these bald tires, and it's time for new tires.
All right. Any performance upgrades coming soon?
Nothing yet, because I'm working on my project car.
Now what's that?
So my project car is a 78 Dodge Aspen.
Okay.
And we're doing a lot of interior work right now. And I also picked up a CB because it has a giant antenna on the back, so we're going to get that hooked up. And
now your Dodge Aspen, it has a name.
Yes. And it's Vanessa the Hot Mess.
Okay.
And it got its name because I had to 2-foot at home, and my uncle kept yelling at me to finesse the pedals. And then my mom thought I called it Vanessa, so I just kind of put them together, and it's Vanessa the Hot Mess because she really is a hot mess.
Now, why didn't you bring that today?
Well, I'm going to bring it to the next show. It's actually needing new tires too, so it's not coming up this far, unfortunately.
Now, does this need for new tires come from your driving ability or love of burning out?
Well, after the burnout I did getting on I-90 today, probably.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I grew up in a Chevy family, but after getting my first Mopar, I kind of turned into a Mopar girl, and now we're a Mopar family. So
Very nice.
yeah.
Now, if I understand right, your Miss Shifters kickoff summer show is going to be at your parents' brewery, correct?
Yes, Hopped Up Brewing in the
Hopped Up
Valley.
Brew- All right.
And I'll have both of them there.
Very nice. I look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, thanks, Randy.
You're welcome. Nikki, thank you for coming out today with Betty White.
Yes.
All right. Well, tell me about Betty White.
What do you want to know about Betty?
Well, tell me everything you've done.
I actually haven't done a whole lot. I did recently, I put this front splitter on her. I did just put a new spoiler on her. She's got colder intake. She's been lowered. But that's about it. She's just a pretty stock, basic stock 5.0 GT Mustang.
All right.
But she's fun as hell, and I love driving her.
Now, where'd the name Betty White come from?
It just kind of happened. When I picked her up from the dealership I bought her at, driving her home, it just came in my head and it just fit.
See, some people don't understand how a car will have a name that just comes out.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
So how long have you been with the Miss Shifters, Nikki?
3 years.
3 years? And what brought you to the Miss Shifters?
You know, just always seeing them out at car shows. They're a rad group of ladies. And I've always been wanting to talk to them. And then when I got Betty White, I just got brave enough to email Rochelle and get in touch with her, and kind of found my tribe of ladies that
Nice.
we all get along, and we're all pretty awesome. So.
All right. Now, is this your first hot rod or car, or?
Not really. In high school, I had an '89 Mustang GT.
Okay.
It was black on red, manual transmission. That was also my baby. And I loved that thing. Kind of where my obsession with Mustangs started. I love
Okay.
the Fox bodies. Always will. And when I had my son, I couldn't drive the Mustang with my son anymore. And I sold it. Only regret of my life. And so I've kind of always wanted to get another one. So when my son turned 13, it was kind of like, it's time for Mama to get her toy back.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Future plans for her?
I would love to put either a supercharger or twin turbo kit on her, but Mama needs money. That'll be years down the road. So.
Now, if I remember right, you're a school teacher?
Yes.
Showing up in this?
Yes.
The kids ought to pay attention, huh?
Some of them do, yes. Some of them do. I think the parents pay more attention than the kids do.
Yeah. Now, if I remember right, we talked before about this, you have a different exhaust on here.
Yeah, so she's a catback.
Okay. Fairly loud.
Very loud. She's got a real throaty roar. Not as loud as some of the other gals' cars, but she's got her own sound, and yeah, she's known for it.
All right. So, besides the twin turbos or the supercharger idea, any other ideas for the future?
Not for right now. I'll have her forever.
Purple neon underneath? No purple neon?
No, nothing like that. But I will have her probably forever until the day I die. Eventually, I would like to get just a race car and stop racing her.
Really?
But yeah, that's again is years down the road.
Do you have an idea of what that race car would be?
It would be a Fox body.
It would be a Fox body.
Yep.
Okay. So you could race against Rochelle?
Possibly, yeah.
All right. Nikki, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Petra, thanks for coming out today. Your bird? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, tell me a little bit about it.
It's a 63 Ford Thunderbird. It's got a 390 in it. Her name's Fiona.
Fiona.
Yes. My son actually named her. I think we were in
Okay.
a bit of a Shrek phase at that point. But yeah, it's stuck, and yeah, love her.
All right. Now, she seems kind of low.
She is kind of low today.
Oh, is it air suspension? Is it static?
It's an air suspension system. It's actually brand new. I just did it a couple months ago. Rothman Motorsports represent. They're my buddies. Yeah, and it's been so fun to drive. It gets even more attention now that it's even lower.
Alrighty. Now, what all have you had done to it?
So when I bought it, it was a matte black.
Okay.
It overheated if you drove a block. So it's been a labor of love the years that I've had it. Just recently the bags, and then I just had new interior and new front inner doors done.
Okay.
And the engine's just purring and new muffler system, so she's a little louder than she was.
Nice. How long have you had her?
Gosh, I've been in the club 8 years, so probably 8.5, 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the club, the Misshifters, how long have you been? You said 8 or 9 years.
8 years.
Now, were you one of the original members?
So I think I'm number like 6
Okay.
of those of us that are in it now. My card's on the shirt next year, so
Nice.
kind of excited about that. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Now, what got you into the Misshifters?
Honestly, I met Rochelle at Swamp Stomp. I missed that so much.
Down there by the railroad?
Yes, so fun. And we just started talking, and I had just bought her, and I came to one of their shows a little bit later, and here we are this many years later, and these girls are some of my best friends. Like, so blessed.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, pretty good time.
Now, do you have any future plans for Fiona?
I feel like really what's left is she needs a really good stereo system.
Yeah.
I'm a child of 90s gangster rap, and you got to have some of that in here. So that's kind of what's next. And then just, driving her as much as I can, because my parents were both really into cars, and they're both no longer with us. So it's kind of like they're always with me when I'm driving it. And so, drive it as much as I can.
Well, good.
Yeah.
And anything else you want to add?
No, I love her. That's, about it.
Yeah. Now, there other cars in the family?
There are.
Okay.
We have, I have a 2006 Nissan 350Z convertible. That's my little fast, fun car.
Yeah, you have a big spoiler or anything on it?
I don't, only because I am 40 and I don't want to be 40 and furious. So I thought I wouldn't go that far, but I can still drive fast.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And that's all of them?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, Fiona, Petra, thank you very much today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming out.
You're welcome. All right, Tara, thank you for coming out today with the Misshifters.
Thank you.
How long have you been with the club?
For 2 years now.
For 2 years?
Yes.
All right. And can you tell me a little bit about your bug here?
It's a 1970 Volkswagen Bug.
Okay.
It has a 16
A 16 what?
cc engine in it.
Okay. Some people don't know about bugs. So
Yeah.
The air-cooled stuff's a little different.
You know, I'm not too familiar with the Volkswagen. My husband kind of does all the work on it. I just enjoy driving it after the fact.
Alrighty.
So I know it's got dual carbs. It's cammed and slammed.
I was going to say, it definitely looks a little lower than normal.
It is. It's quite a quest to drive this around.
Any future plans for it?
No, I think this is probably it. I'm thinking about putting an air system on it so I can get in and out of the driveways, but we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, get some nice shiny paint?
No, I like the patina look on it, yeah.
Looks very good actually like this.
Oh, I do, yeah.
All right, and does it have a name?
Her name is Carol.
Carol?
Yes.
Now, where did that come from?
That comes from Carol Burnett.
Carol, there you go.
Right?
Yep. All right, and anything else you want to add in?
No, I kind of was fortunate to find it already put together like this. We've done a little bit of electrical, a little bit of engine repair on it, and just gone from there with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any sponsors that have helped out with parts?
No.
Anybody you'd like to thank for helping you out?
Well, my husband helps me out and he pays for it all, so that works.
Alright, so there's the first set of interviews with the Misshifters. Now I have some more to finish up before I put out the second episode with them. So, go watch the rest of the videos on YouTube, like them, share them, and hit that subscribe button. I need some more subscribers. So while you do that, I'm going to get busy and do some yard work. Y'all have a good one.